Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I'm going to do the little Q&A because of that thing there. Look at that message. 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Hi there. This video is not the usual video. It's Q&A. People have sent me in some questions. I'm going to answer them. So if you tuned in for a regular cooking video and you're not interested in the Q&A, perfectly understand. Obviously, the next one will be a cooking tutorial. It'll be salt beef, by the way. Wow, it's lovely. Can't wait to produce that one. Right then, so, got a few questions that will take up a little while, and I'm just going to get stuck into them. So, I don't really know this format. I know channels do things like this when they have sort of a benchmark. So, this is what I'm doing, for what it's worth. So, I've got Gaz Williams. What WTF are you doing driving a taxi when you can cook like this? So, for those that don't know, I was a taxi driver. I say was because now I'm not a taxi driver anymore because this pandemic has pretty much put paid to that. Maybe one day in the future I might be again, but for 5 years or so, the last 5 years or so, I was driving a taxi at Bristol Airport. But this pandemic has absolutely shut Bristol Airport down, and I made a decision to move on because I don't know if the business is going to come back. But what he meant was basically, Gaz, what I think he meant was I should be cooking, right? I fell out of love with being a chef. I started to hate my job. I felt like the walls were closing in on me. And a few other factors as well. It was getting difficult to see family, and it basically has a horrible impact on your life. So it was time to just get out. And actually, since I got out and started driving a taxi and not cooking for a living, I started to really, really love cooking again. And so that's why I started this channel. So there's no chance I would be doing this channel if I had stayed in the kitchen. Currently now, working for a well-known supermarket in the Bristol area, and it's the posh one, the nice one. And I'll be doing that for, I don't know really, we'll see how long it goes for. I'm going to be doing delivery driving. So if you live in and around the Clifton area of Bristol or areas like that, you place an order, I might come and deliver it for you. Anyway. So basically, as I said, I just got fed up with cooking as a chef. It's the mundane, it's every day, and it's so many hours, and it just takes over your life completely. It's got to be a calling. If you want to be a chef, anyone that's thinking about becoming a chef, they have to have that passion for it. They have to love it, because the money's not that great, the hours are horrible, and it's not good. Anyway, right, Teresa Rogers, my friend. Why did English cooking get such a bad reputation on a world stage? I mean, I don't know if it ever had a good reputation, is the answer, probably. But I think some of the reasons why would be, and I've written down a few things, so I'm going to try not to waffle too much, Teresa, but I think our empire, the British Empire, had part to play in it, because obviously we covered, the sun never set on the British Empire, did it? So it covered all the globe, and we would have imported all the different sort of aspects of cultures, the spices, obviously including food. And the British people have lapped it up. They love a curry and a Chinese and, whatever, anything else coming along. The British people generally can't get enough of it. Hang on. But I think also it's a Northern European thing. I think, basically you think about it, those countries in the north of Europe, they've got crap weather, excuse my language, compared to the southern Europeans. And, there's a bit more work going on, a bit more industry, because there's less time going to the beach. And I'm going to say, part of my upbringing, when I was a young adult, was get home from work. That was when I was saying doing a bit of 9 to 5. Quickly get some food in you, like beans on toast, a sandwich, a toastie, just doesn't matter. Get some food in you and down the pub. So the pub culture as well plays a big part in it, because people that's where we socialise. Whereas, many other people, especially from continental Europe and those communities that come to America, they socialise the family together around a big table with some bottles of wine, and they have a really good time. Now, I love that as well. But I think you'll find that a lot of people, I've had a lot of French mates and Italian mates, when they came to work in this country, they love the pub culture. They love that. Go to the pub, get smashed, and a kebab on the way home. It's just part of the culture. But it has got a better reputation now probably in the 1960s, I think the Roux brothers, Albert and Michel, they came to London, opened up Le Gavroche, and they brought over, you know, good quality food, you know, Michelin star food, and they started training young British chefs, Marco Pierre White, and then he went on to train guys like Gordon Ramsay and Heston Blumenthal. You know, basically that started great cooking by British chefs, but cooking French or Italian or whatever cuisines. And then the British chefs started to actually rediscover classic British food. And one chef I always say who gets a bad rep, and rest in peace Gary Rhodes, he died last year, it's really sad actually. He sort of got a reputation of being a bit weird and a bit cheesy, but I remember when I started training, he really inspired me because he was rediscovering classic British food and he really championed it. And so yeah, Gary Rhodes was great, and that's pretty much it. So the reputation of British food is better. British chefs in particular is good. I mean, obviously in the States, probably the most famous chef in the world is Gordon Ramsay. I think Jamie Oliver is really famous as well. Obviously these are celebrity chefs, but yeah, the reputation of chefs is good. It's just that the British food is pretty much undiscovered, but you know, with a twist. Just use great British produce, but we don't have the depth. You know, if you go through sort of pick up a gastronomic La Russe or something like that, you know, it's so much French and Italian food in there for good reason, and the depth in British food just isn't there. But you know, it's all right. The Dummy Blondes asked me about dieting meals, and I don't know whether you just stumbled across my channel, but I think I just don't know about dieting food. Look at me. I love my food, and I love the cream and the butter and the carbs, and I shouldn't. Being a taxi driver was bad. I definitely put a lot of weight on driving a taxi, which is now actually starting to come off. I'm getting a bit fitter, and so perhaps I will start actually planning some more low calorie foods. But as to do with like planning the calories and calculating, I don't know. I'm not much of haven't got the scientific side to me, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Sometimes I accidentally cook something really healthy, but it's not by plan. I just think, oh, that's really tasty, and it just happens to be healthy. Right. Mark Busby, where did you get your hair cut? Okay, so my lady cut it for me, but my brother is a barber or a men's hairdresser, and I'm going to give him a plug. So anyone that's sort of reasonably near Bristol, you can look up Directors Men's Hairdressers. I'll put a link in the description to my brother's Facebook page, hopefully. And yeah, he's a really good guy, but he didn't cut this one. My lady did it, but he gave us the instructions of what to do, and fair play to her, she did it. And then I did her roots for her. You know, she didn't need the roots doing, obviously, but you know, I did them. So yeah, but hopefully he'll be able to open up again soon, and he'll be, I should imagine, doing a lot of rescue jobs, repair jobs. So genuinely, my brother is a really, really good men's hairdresser. He's been doing it for over 30 years or so. So I will plug him here. Directors in Bristol. And yeah, you can't go wrong really, blokes, if you want to go in there for a men's haircut. He's very good. You might start trying to wax your nostril hair and stuff like that if you let him. Ethan Murray, where are you located? What are some of your regional foods? So I live in a town called Portishead, which is in North Somerset. The biggest town nearby, or biggest city, is Bristol. Population of 500,000. Bristol's quite famous. Go back, it's an old city. It's actually really lovely. Bath is nearby as well, which is very much a tourist place. And then we're not that far, drive down to the coast to Devon and Cornwall. But I just was having a little think about local foods, just say Somerset. And I think we could claim faggots. Don't get offended, faggots, and I've done a recipe for them. I'll probably do one of those links. Little tag in the top of the page as I'm saying that. It's like mixed offal wrapped in what we call cool fat, a crepinette, and cooked. It sounds disgusting, but actually they're really lovely. Served with onion gravy, they're beautiful. A traditional sort of fisherman's pie. I mean, you go down maybe a bit more to Cornwall for that, but that's, you know, mixed fish, set in like a sort of white sauce bechamel, topped with mashed potatoes, beautiful. Bath chaps, which I am never made, but I want to. It's pig's cheeks, but it's also the jowl, slowly cooked, and then they're breadcrumbed and fried. Apparently they're absolutely gorgeous. The greatest cheese the world has ever known, cheddar, is just down the road, and you know, even though cheddar can be made anywhere because it doesn't have the control over the name, the whatever you call it, like sherry or Stilton cheese, but it is absolutely amazing, and you should only buy cheddar cheese from Cheddar, or from Somerset at least. Strawberries as well. Cheddar, again, the best strawberries ever, anywhere. End of story. Cider, Somerset cider, which I can't stand, hate cider, but I do like to cook with it. And I believe also the technique for making champagne with the agitation of the bottles, that was created for sparkling cider, which was done in Devon, I think. You can look into that. That'll upset the French, but you know, why not? Crumpets, you know, the tea cake, I believe that is West Country, Somerset. I think the Welsh might claim it as well, but you know, whatever. This one's a bit cheeky. Somerset rarebit, which is a play on Welsh rarebit. It's a Welsh rarebit. I've done a video for that. In fact, it's proven quite popular now. That's usually done with an ale or a stout. Swap that for some cider, and you've got a Somerset rarebit. It's basically really fancy cheese on toast. It's amazing. I'll put a link to my video for that as well. Somerset apple cake and the Bath bun, which I just looked up, hadn't heard of it before, but it's like a iced brioche bun. Sounds great. And obviously Cornwall again, and Devon, you've got the famous Cornish pasties. Again, I've done a video for that. Stargazy pie, which I must do, which is a pastry pie with fish in it, and the heads of the fish are popping out of the pie looking up at the star. So, and then obviously cream teas, scones, you know, whether you're a Cornish cream tea or a Devonish cream tea, which basically is the argument, do you put clotted cream on your scone first and then a jam, or jam and then clotted cream? Personally, I'm cream and then jam, which I believe is Devonish. Anyway, that's yeah, that's some food from round this way. And then Phillip Brennan made just comments about enjoying my bread and butter pudding video, which I believe a lot of people that have come to this channel found first of all. That video is crazy. That one's going through the roof, getting so many views. Cauliflower cheese, and he asked me if I was interested, if I would do something with hake, and I did actually. So there you go, Phil. You're welcome. And I did it with a Spanish style stew. Hopefully you saw that. Anyway, so I raced through that because I don't really know what I'm doing here. Thanks to everyone that posted questions, and yeah, maybe when I hit another benchmark, do something else, or if I can figure out how to do it. I'd like to do something live at some stage, but again, working out what time of day to do it would be really strange, because obviously it's a global thing, this YouTube thing, and I do know that a lot of the people that watch my videos are in the States. Doorbell, I'll be back. Might as well do a live unboxing, eh? I hate giving money to George Bezos. Can we have some shops open again, please? So I can give some local businessmen my money. I would very much like to do that, but sometimes this is the only way. What have we got? Ha! Oh yeah, cool. Oh, this is an extra bit for a tripod, so I can, because this is my new camera you're watching. But I haven't thrown away my old, really naff, old cheap camcorder, so I'm going to start doing, the mobile phone cam is going to get retired, and if I can figure it out, I'm going to do some nice, cool aerial shots over the top. Anyway, I was hoping that might be my Banaton, because I've had a Banaton on order for absolutely ages, you know, for doing the sourdough. But anyway, that was a bit weird, that coming at that time. Thank you very much, and yeah. See you again soon. Bye.